Hi, welcome. My name is Kauthar. Again, we'll still be talking about the vagina, like I said in my last video. This time around, we'll be talking about cleansing the vagina, how to clean the vagina. Now, I'm going to start by saying that the vagina is actually the smartest part of our body. Maybe you do not know that. This is because it actually cleanses itself, it does not need help. The vagina is built in such a way that this discharge that we experience every time is it's cleaning itself. So it does not need help. It doesn't need cleaning. But I know that, yeah, the people who will tell you to do this, to use soap, but you're actually not doing yourself and that area a favor when you start introducing all those products. Whether it's scented soap, whether it's douches, you don't need all of that. It cleanses itself. I know, okay, maybe during periods you need to clean. Yeah, you can just use warm water, lukewarm water to just cleanse out that place. But you really, really do not need soap or douches or spend money on all these things to say you want to clean the place. And I know that, yeah, a lot of people are really obsessed with the place smelling really nice. I said it in my last video. There's nothing wrong with your natural smell. If you're used to it, there's nothing wrong with it. It is natural. You do not need to conceal it. And the reason why you shouldn't try to um, conceal the smell with whether perfumes or turarang water or any of those things is so that when there's a problem there, when the smell changes, when the odor of that area changes, when say the texture of your and color of your discharge changes, you get to know. So really, it's best for us not to introduce things there. Some people you see them inserting, asking to insert garlic and cloves and whatever else it is. You do not need to do that. Like I said, scented soap, scented powder, perfumes, whatever it is, douches, soaps. In the last video, I told you that even though you don't need these things to clean your vagina, you need to clean the outer area, the vulva. Okay, all these things that are being introduced into the vagina in the name of cleaning actually disturbs the natural pH balance of that area and even the acidity. Okay, so you don't need to do that. If you really want a healthy vagina, it starts with what you put in your body. It starts with what you eat. And I'm going to be telling you today that there are certain foods that you would eat that will actually help it, and others that are actually not really good for it. For the good parts, you need food that either prebiotics or probiotics. Okay, this is eat lots of fruits and vegetables, eat nuts, take a lot of yogurts, plain yogurts. Okay, no sugar added. Eat onions, the garlic you're inserting inside your vagina, instead of inserting it, put it in your mouth, eat it. Take a lot of avocado, and most importantly, drink lots of water. Like drink water like there's no tomorrow. And this is not just for the water aspect is not just for your vagina. It's actually good for your general health. Okay, so drink water, drink lots of water, eat fruits and vegetables, nuts and yogurts. It would help. Now, the kinds of food you want to avoid is sugar in particular. Um, the vagina, as we all know, has good bacteria and bad bacteria, and then it has a level of yeast in it. But when you start introducing too much sugar in your body, and because sugar, when it's unable to, it's not all the sugar that will take that actually flushes up. Some go into our bloodstreams, and so when it gets into your bloodstream, it's going to go down there. And what happens is it's now um, causes the yeast, natural yeast in that area to grow, and that's would could lead to yeast infection and every other infection that might come with it. So you need to go slow on sugar. You need to go slow on alcohol. That's also is something you should avoid. Avoid alcohol and sugar. Well, just moderation, okay? You shouldn't cut out sugar. I'm not saying cut out sugar or anything. And it's not when I'm talking about sugar, I'm not just talking about natural sugar, like white sugar, even products, other foods you like drinks, energy drinks, and all of those things. Even the ones that claim that it's low on sugar, just go down on it. Um, Still on, when you talk about cleaning the vagina, you can't actually do without talking about the vulva area. Now some of us grow hair in that area, and which is actually best. We're told that it's there to protect us. But then when the hair becomes too much, when you leave a large chunk of hair there, it's actually not healthy in itself. Why do I say that? If you take a bath or use the bathroom and then wash, there's no way, really no way, if you want to be honest with yourself, that the towel can dry that place. And that place needs to stay dry at all times. So if you're one of the people who like to grow hair, I do sometimes. Sometimes I shave, just depends on my, my mood. So, but if you're one that loves to have hair there, what you need to do is just to trim it to at least a very reasonable level where air can go in, and then when you use the toilet or you take a bath, you can actually just pat dry with towels. If you leave a chunk of hair there, your best bet at leaving that place dry is to use dryer. And I'm yet to see anybody who uses dryer to dry that area. So the best thing is, just trim and groom the place. Let it be at a very reasonable level so that air can go in there. And then still talking about air and drying. A lot of us like to wear tight clothing from jean to whatever tight clothing. But the worst is the thighs, the one that women use as underwear. Okay, I don't know how. I personally don't wear because not because of my vagina alone, but because of the fact that it's really tight. I don't like anything that is really tight in my body, so I don't wear it. But the problem with this tight is you find women who basically can't do without it. Like they can't even leave their houses without tights. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying ditch the tight, but you wear tights from morning till night or to eat till evening. You get back home, probably take a bath, and then you wear panties again and go to bed with it. Now, my question to you is, what time does your vagina get to breathe? What time does it get to breathe? It's like me throwing a towel over your face, from morning till night. You're going to go like, hey, girl, please let me breathe. So the point I'm trying to make is we need to let that place breathe. You can wear your tights from morning till night, but when you get home and you're ready to sleep, please ditch the pants. Okay, just sleep naked. There's nothing to it. What you can do is maybe wear shorts like boxers, or even just wear a night dress or your normal PJ. But just make sure the place breathes. The most important thing is for that place to stay dry, to stay groomed, and for it to breathe. This also brings me to the issue of panties. Um, you need to buy panties that the materials are breathable, and your best bet is cotton. Yes, you can do silk, you can do nylon or whatever else it is, but if you're going to buy such pants, just make sure the inner layer of the pants is made of cotton. That helps a lot. Okay, that will help it breathe. And do not avoid wearing very tight pants. Know the size of your bum so that you know the appropriate size to buy. Don't buy sizes that are way smaller than your mom's. It makes it tight. And like I said, air doesn't get in there. You just need to let that place breathe. You need to groom it well. And for those of you who do not grow hair there, I think it's best that you know that it's good to just leave some hair there. But whichever one works for you, like I said, the most important thing is to make sure that place stays dry at all times. Make sure it gets air, it breathes, okay? And this is very important because, okay, first of all, we're talking about when you're on your period, you have your pads on. If you're the type that uses panty liners like I do, it's always there. And when during sexual activities, things go on there. And while the vagina can actually cleanse itself, the urethra, that's the hole where the pee comes out of from, doesn't really have that kind of power to do that. So there's a need for you to constantly wash that area, make sure that place stays clean and dry. Otherwise, the urethra bacteria can actually go into the urethra, and that will cause you, make likely um, urinary tract infection. So you need to just be careful around that area, keep it clean, keep it dry, like I said. And then I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't know, but I'll just assume there's some people who don't know. When it comes to cleaning, especially after using the toilet, for a lady, it's best you clean front to back, because if you do it the other way around, as in if you're washing from back to front, you there's a tendency for you to introduce fecal material into your vulva, and that can actually lead to infection. So you need to clean front to back. People still use tissue. I don't know why they still do that. I personally don't believe the tissue works. Okay, for me, it doesn't work. So I'll just advise use water, clean up and dry up. Make sure everywhere is clean, dry, and breathing. And like I said, drink lots of water. Watch what you eat. Do not use scented products. Do not introduce anything. Don't spend money on these things like douching and soap. Some people would even use the black soap and just insert it there I don't know for what reason, but you don't need any of those things. The monies you're spending on these things, you can actually spend it on the food you eat. Like I said, eat lots of fruits and vegetable, nuts, and then drink loads of water. You would find that that place is good. But if you find that there's something wrong, maybe the smell changes and the discharge changes color. Usually, discharge is light. It's like creamy or sometimes actually whitish. But if you see that it's darker in complexion and then it smell follows it, please go see a doctor. And this is from coming on social media, like I pointed out in the other video, to come and ask for remedies for all of these things. Just go to see a doctor. They will run a test and know what it is that is wrong with you. In our next video, we're going to be talking about things that you should not insert into your vagina. There are things that shouldn't even get close to that area, let alone insert it inside. So I'm hoping to see you next time. Bye.